Today, we're making this beauty. It has persimmons, sea buckthorn. It's sugar-free, lactose-free, and gluten-free. It's so delicious. Hi guys, welcome back to Bread and Butter, your favorite cooking channel. If you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do so you never miss a single video. And we have so much good stuff coming up for you in the coming weeks. Today we're making something extra special and absolutely gorgeous. So what makes today's dessert so special? First of all, it's sugar-free. Second of all, it's gluten-free. It's also lactose-free. It's a guilt-free tart, which we're gonna make from scratch using a variety of fruits and different berries that are extremely healthy and will add that sweetness that we're all kind of looking for. Let's get cooking. The first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 150, and this is all that we're gonna need to make the crust. One of the main ingredients is oatmeal. If it's necessary, please look for the one that is labeled gluten-free. And sunflower seeds. I'm a huge fan of these guys. You could totally substitute them for pumpkin seeds or maybe sesame seeds or even like a nut flour, maybe almond flour, but give it a go with these, it's amazing. To make the crust a bit sweet, we're gonna use dates. I have medjool dates, they're nice and juicy and plump. If you have a different kind, maybe we're gonna need to up the amount. We're gonna pit these and add them later to the food processor. I'm using coconut oil, and it's not gonna give the tart a very like coconut forward flavor, but you could totally use olive oil, for example. And of course, a pinch of salt to bring everything together. I'm gonna get my food processor, and we're gonna transform all of this into a really, really nice dough that we're gonna pre-bake and then make the filling. Let me show you what the dough looks like at this point. You see, it's not really sticking together yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of water, a spoon at a time, mix it up until it begins to kind of hold its shape. Look at this. When you kind of press it together, it tends to stick together and not fall apart. It's not too crumbly, but be sure not to add too much water. If you have, just add a bit more oats. Now I'm gonna get the cake tin and we're gonna prepare the crust. This is the one that I'm gonna use today. Down below in the description, you'll find the recipe with all the details and also the size and the diameter of this form. Why I really like it is because the walls kind of open up and it makes it really easy to get the tart out. And this is what I like to do when I'm baking with these. I like to kind of cover it all inside with parchment paper. That's gonna, again, help us get the tart safely out of the tin. So what I like to do is use up about 2/3 of the dough to make the base of the crust. And then what I do is with my hands, I'm trying to build some edges. I want these edges to go up at least 2 centimeters so that we have some walls that are gonna kind of hold in the filling. And you can use up all of the dough. And I like to do this with my hands. You can definitely take, I don't know, a glass jar just to make everything even and kind of even out the bottom. But this is really, really simple just to do it with your 2 hands. don't go too crazy with making it even. I think that any kind of imperfections just give it a more rustic vibe, which I'm very, very much into. And if you have kids at home, mine love to do this. Just kind of building something with their own hands, especially something that we're all going to eat later. And just a quick reminder, we don't have any eggs in the dough, so you can totally eat it. Now we're going to bake this for 10 to 12 minutes. And while this guy's cooking, we're going to make the filling. This is so good. It tastes like a Snickers because you have the dates that give it a sweetness, and you have the sunflower seeds and the salt. Oh, it's so good. This is all that we're going to use to make the delicious filling. So we're going to use the zest and the juice of one orange. This guy is called a persimmon. I know that in Italy they call them kaki, and they come in different shapes and sizes. This one is actually quite firm, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the skins and just use the inner pulp, and I'm going to kind of dice it up. If you have a persimmon that is very soft, you can just scoop out the pulp and use that. Here I have this gorgeous thing. As you can see, we have like a theme here, a color theme. Everything is orange. This is called sea buckthorn, a very, very nutritious and absolutely delicious berry that has, I think, a very unique flavor profile. It's a bit tart, it's sweet, it's a bit earthy. If you can't find sea buckthorn, this is frozen by the way, maybe you can substitute it for some cranberries. So the fruits need a little bit of prep. What I suggest is first you zest the orange and try to get the colorful part and a bit less of like the white skins because they tend to give some bitterness. Then we're gonna juice it. We're gonna prep the persimmon, add in the berries, and as soon as the fruits and berries have gotten to know each other a little bit better, we're gonna introduce the cornstarch, which you can totally sub for potato starch. We're gonna make a slurry out of it, adding in some water, and this will be our thickening agent. By the way, when the crust is ready, just remove it from the oven, crank up the heat, we need 180, and then we're gonna introduce the filling to the crust, bake it, decorate, and eat. I'm starving. I can't even tell you how amazing this smells. The minute everything's boiling, we're gonna reduce the heat, and what we want is for the persimmon to become soft and for all of the flavors to kind of blend and meld together. And at the very end, we're gonna add the zest and then the cornstarch slurry. Isn't it beautiful? I just love the colors and look at the texture. It kind of holds its own. It's not like pouring out, but trust me, it's so soft and gooey inside. Oh my God, this is a flavor bomb. The crust is kind of strong enough to hold everything together, and it just also adds really nice flavor and texture. Oh my God. Oh my God. Moreover, isn't this gorgeous? I'm really trying to up my game with like decorating cakes and pies and tarts. I think I did a pretty good job, although trust me, even without all of this stuff on top, it still looks fantastic. I love the colors. I used a little bit of rosemary. I used some kumquat, and I think this is called physalis. Basically everything that's orange is on top of the cake, but I like that the rosemary adds a little bit of like a pop of green color. If you can't find a persimmon, maybe you could use pears or even apples. And as I mentioned before, if you can't find the sea buckthorn, use a different frozen berry. But trust me, this has such a unique flavor profile. I really suggest you try it. If you do try this recipe, please leave me a comment below. Let me know how you liked it. And see you next time.